Hi, I'm Neda. Welcome to Neda Heals. This is the spoken word version of my blog for this week on Substack. I wanted to share these thoughts with you in a more personal way because this week's topic is about love and the way we look for the one. I realize that that's something many of us are looking at and untangling together. But I've been spending a lot of time thinking about love and how we love and how love changes us. How sometimes the connections that feel more destined are actually the ones that ask the most of us. Today I'm sharing a piece about moving from a fairy tale of completion into a sacred rhythm of becoming. Before we start, let's just take a moment to land here together, to pull away from our busy lives and just find ourselves with one another. So wherever you are, just take a moment and notice the weight of your body. Maybe feel your feet on the floor and the support of the chair beneath you. Take a breath, just one natural breath, allowing your nervous system to settle and to recognize we're just here. No goals, no fixing, just exploring. I want to share that for a long time, especially in my early life, I really believed in this fairy tale that one day someone would come along and love me, and the ache that was from my childhood would disappear. If there was a love true enough, deep enough, it would quiet the places in me that were still searching or not quite feeling complete. I think many of us know exactly what that feels like. We've been raised on the story that there's a missing half out there. When you've known heartache or pain or not feeling like enough, that story feels like a lifeline. It can feel like safety. My understanding of these connections have shifted so much. I've really been exploring the question, what if a twin soul connection isn't about completion at all? What if it's about something more challenging and more honest and ultimately much more beautiful? What if these people who come into our lives in that way don't come to make us whole, but come to awaken us? You might notice that when you look, or I look, for someone to complete us, we're often looking for relief from wounds that were never theirs to heal. For those of us with stories of abandonment, being chosen feels like proof that we finally matter. Here's the thing. When we ask a relationship to carry the weight of our entire self-worth, it gets heavy. It gets crowded by our history and our constant hunger for proof. We start to confuse love with merging. That feeling where we lose ourselves to keep a connection alive. While this longing is deeply human, it can often pull us away from the quiet center of our own truth. And in my work and my own life, I've started to see a twin soul connection not as a missing piece, but as a catalyst. Think of it like science. A catalyst sparks huge change. In the landscape of love, that initial spark often feels so magical. But perhaps it's a sacred friction. It's the surge of energy that brings all our hidden parts to the surface. It challenges our defenses. It asks us to show up more honestly. It invites us to show up as our most authentic selves, even when it feels vulnerable. This kind of connection isn't about finding the person who makes us whole. It's about encountering someone who activates our becoming and engages us in an act of conscious creation. And in that process, we have to realize that distance isn't the enemy. Sometimes it's the medicine. After the intensity of being together, we often need time apart to let whatever transformation has occurred to really settle in our bones. This is where inner reorganization happens. It's in the time apart that we take the lessons from connection and reconfigure who we are and how we live. We then can emerge from these cycles a little more like us, more aware, more grounded, more true. Whether these dear ones stay in our lives for a month or a decade, we are permanently changed by the encounter. This is such a deep and personal and essential place of growth for me. I've had to sit with the pain of realizing how much I used to tie being chosen to my value. When I wasn't met with the same depth I gave, it didn't just hurt. It felt like a verdict on my worth. I know that I'm not the only one who has seen love this way. But here's the truth. Someone else's ability to choose growth or honesty is heartbreaking, but it's not proof that you are not lovable. And healing means feeling grief without letting it define who you are. It's about becoming so rooted in your own heart that you can want love and have it without handing over your power or self. Real love isn't the end of a journey. It isn't a destination. It's where we become more conscious. It's where life reveals us to ourselves. Rather than a fairy tale of completion, a twin soul connection is a sacred and brave invitation to return fully to ourselves, to our own hearts. Just some things to think about. Before we close, I want to offer just a simple moment of reflection. Maybe if you'd like, think about a connection in your life, past or present, that felt intense or challenging. Ask yourself, what did this person activate in me? How did this bond change me? Just hold the question gently and notice how it feels in your body to shift the focus back to yourself, to your own heart, to your own growth. Thank you for sitting with me today. Take good care of yourself and your nervous